Shalom, it's Tehila from the Kifar with another Hebrew verb lesson. So we are continuing to conjugate Piel verbs in the past tense, and we are going to use the verb lenatseach, which is to win, to illustrate the rule for these types of verbs. But before we do that, as always, we're going to review. So the last video that we did, we learned how to conjugate acha Piel verbs, and these are verbs where the middle letter of the root is an aleph, hey, chet, or ayin, okay? And we use the verb lesachek, which means to play, to illustrate that rule. So your first exercise verb was lemaher, which is to hurry or to rush. So you get rid of the lamed, and we have miher, okay? So miher is also the same as he rushed or he hurried, so hu miher. And then he mihara, and hem, hen, miharu. Then we have ani miharti, ata miharta, at mihart, anachnu miharnu, atem mihartem, and aten miharten. The next verb was leta'ed, which is to document, and you see that middle letter is an ayin, so it is part of the acha group. Get rid of the lamed, and we get ti'ed, which is the same as he documented, so hu ti'ed, and then he ti'ada, and hem hen ti'adu. Then ani ti'adati, ata ti'adta, at ti'adit, anachnu ti'adnu, atem ti'adtem, and aten ti'adten. Okay? If you have any questions on this, just go back to video number 24, lesson 24. Okay, so we're not going to spend too much time on this page. I really want to show you with an example because this pattern is very similar to past tense PL patterns that we've done in the past. So this is for chet, ayin, PL verbs. And these are verbs where the last letter of the root is either a chet or an ayin. Okay, and so the pattern is pretty much straightforward. It mimics patterns that we've done already. So I'm going to just show you the example. So the verb is lenatseach, okay, which is to win or to be victorious. And we see here that it ends in a chet, okay? It ends in a chet right here. So the way that we pronounce the root, there are two options of pronouncing it. There's I-A-A or there's I-A, okay? You will hear both and they are both correct. So you can pronounce it as ni-se-ach, this is the I-A-A, or just as ia, nitzach. Okay, and this is true whether the last letter is a chet or whether the last letter is an ayin. So you can pronounce it either way, whichever way you are more comfortable with. So hu nitzeach or hu nitzach, they both mean the same thing. He won. Okay, he nitzcha. So here we see that we're back to having our shava here. When we did the acha groups, we had that additional a sound because it was an acha verb. But here we're back to ia and iu. So he nitzcha, she won, and hem hen nitzchu, they won. Then we have ani nitzachti. So there's a ia. Ani nitzachti, ata nitzachta, at nitzacht, anachnu nitzachnu, atem nitzachtem, and aten nitzachten. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. So here you'll see that nitzach, the nitzach in all of these conjugations is the same as the nitzach here. So if it makes it easier for you to remember to just stick with the nitzach, that's perfectly fine. It's 100% correct. Again, if you also say nitzeach because you're familiar with the present tense form of this verb, which is menatzeach, etc., that's also fine too. Okay, but the rest of the conjugations are going to follow that I-A sound pattern. So nitzachti, nitzachta, nitzacht, nitzachnu, nitzachtem, and nitzachten. Okay, so as usual, you have some exercise verbs that you are going to conjugate in the past tense, and they are all going to be chet ayin verbs. So verbs where the shoresh or the root ends in a chet or an ayin. So your first verb is lesameach, which is to please or to make happy. And the second verb is levatzea, which is to execute or to perform or to carry out like a task, okay? So lesameach, you see ends in a chet, the root ends in a chet. And levatzea, you see the root ends in an ayin, okay? And we will go over this in the next video. So Toda latzfia. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Check out my Patreon. Become a patron. And I will see you for the next video. Lehitraot.